Hello. Hey, everybody. My thing said 0 people were watching, then all of a sudden it just decided to jump to 76, so it looks like it lied to me. Hello, guys. How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Guess he isn't ready yet, guys. Oh, there he is. Yep. It's good seeing you, Wolf of Dimensions. Been a while. Hello, everybody. Legendary Godzilla. Nice to see you. Is ya boy? What's up? The Zerg Rush. How you doing? The guy. Hi, guy. That's a good one. Hi, guy is here. How y'all doing, guys? You look like you're doing well. That's good. That's good. What's up, Spencer Baxter? It's your boy, D-Man 1954. Oh, well, well, thank you so much, Freddie Hoff, for the $2 super chat. You are certainly the first. Oh, you know what? I gotta start a new document, right? We got a new stream going. I gotta start writing down all the super chats. That way I can thank you guys all when I'm good and ready. So let me write down this name. I'll make a post about it later. Wolf of Dimensions says, of course, good to see you. Finally get back into making again. Glad to see you stream rolling along. Yep. The one and the one and only a friend is here, D-Man. Yes, you are the one and only a friend. So what do you guys want to talk about? Ask me about the trailer, because I know you guys got a lot of theories. By the way, I will make this disclaimer here right up front. If you're just gonna comment spoilers, like if you know spoilers, don't do that because I will block you. So if you want to never comment on one of these things again, go for it. Comment spoilers and I'm going to block you. It's just going to be quite annoying. Hot Diggity Dog asks, how would you like to see Mechagodzilla in the MonsterVerse? Well, that's something that a lot of people have been talking about for a long time, the possibility of us seeing Mechagodzilla in the MonsterVerse. Gareth Edwards even talked about that once before. He talked about how he wanted his series to get to the point. Oh, wait. Thank you so much, Wolf Dimensions, for the $2 super chat saying hashtag say no to Rodan Cest. A few of you guys will get that reference. If you don't know what it is, go check out the Majesty of Toho podcast that the two of us did together with Janos Firewalker. All right, so as I was saying, even Gareth Edwards at one point talked about how he wanted to get to a point where in this MonsterVerse, in his Godzilla trilogy, that was before it was the MonsterVerse, he wanted to get to the point where we would have to have humanity make their own Godzilla, because that was just going to be where humanity, that's where they were going to be pushed to. The monsters were going to push them to that point. So this is something that we've talked about in the past, the possibility of seeing Mechagodzilla in the MonsterVerse, and especially with us seeing him in Ready Player One, that does mean that Legendary, or I believe it was Warner Brothers who distributed Ready Player One, that does mean that they have access to the character Mechagodzilla, although I don't think we have room for him. I don't think we have room for Mechagodzilla in the MonsterVerse, seeing as though he's not going to be in Godzilla King of the Monsters. That's pretty much 100% confirmed, so don't get your hopes up because he's not going to be in this new movie. Really, we don't have room for him in Godzilla vs. Kong because that's Godzilla and Kong's movie, so I don't really know where we could fit the character in, meaning even though Legendary and Warner Brothers has access to him, he won't show up more than likely. And even if he did, I think this universe, it doesn't really make sense for a Mechagodzilla to show up. He's a little bit too outlandish even for this universe. Now you're asking do I think Godzilla will have the red spiral ray in this film? I don't personally think he will, but I believe he'll probably use it at the end of Godzilla vs. Kong. Seems like we're kind of building to that point. He will have spirals around his atomic breath in this new movie, so yeah, we're building there. I could see us getting there eventually. Wolf of Dimensions mentioned how a lot of people think Ghidorah frozen in ice is a reference to the movie The Thing. I believe that too. I think it is because we are at Outpost 32. Ghidorah is frozen in Outpost 32, whereas the movie The Thing takes place in Outpost 31. The Thing was also set in Antarctica, just like this movie. There was another question that I saw that I wanted to answer, but I don't really see it now. I lost track of it. I believe it was asking what my favorite shot from the trailer is. That's kind of a hard question. I think there's a lot of cool shots, but I think a lot of the coolest shots are a little blurry, you know? Like the CGI looks a little blurry, such as the one on screen now with Godzilla roaring and then, with the planes behind him. It's weird because it's the fully rendered CGI. The rain distracts from the actual picture so much. It just feels like it's blurry when you're looking at it. So I'm not in love with a lot of the shots in this trailer because of the water effects on them. That being said, I think that the shot of Godzilla marching in front of the planes at the end of the trailer is awesome. My favorite shot, probably, I'm trying to think because there's a lot of shots that I really like, such as Rodan flying right before he claps the planes together with his wings. But I think Godzilla roaring with his big blue eyes right before he shoots his atomic breath into the sky might be my favorite shot from the trailer. At least that I can think of. There's probably some more that I like a little bit more, but I don't know. Do you think Gamera will show up in one point in the MonsterVerse? If the MonsterVerse continues past Godzilla vs. Kong, this is a video that I'll do in the future because it is an interesting topic to discuss. What if the MonsterVerse continues past Godzilla vs. Kong? I think that you could get to the point where you're just out of ideas, right? I actually think we're at that point now. If you don't have... There's one monster that Godzilla could go to after fighting Kong that would feel like a step up, and that's Destoroyah. That's one Toho monster, I mean. That's Destoroyah. You could have Godzilla fight Destoroyah. That would feel like a step up. But other than that, no, you're out of places to go. Kong is the pinnacle of Godzilla enemies. King Kong vs. Godzilla is the highest grossing Godzilla movie of all time for a reason. And by the way, that's when adjusted for inflation. It really does feel like you're going to run out of places to go if you don't have Gamera introduced into the MonsterVerse after Godzilla vs. Kong. Like I said, you could do Destoroyah. You could do that and have it be a step up from Kong. But I really don't think you can really make it that much cooler than a Godzilla vs. Kong movie, which is why I think that's why I think that Gamera would be the only option to go with after Godzilla vs. Kong. So that's my 2 cents on it. You really don't have anywhere to go with Kong, right? You think about King Kong history. Kong's coolest enemy other than Godzilla, is the Skullcrawler from the Kong Skull Island movie. He doesn't have anyone. Oh yeah, it's your boy hashtag Rip Little Russell. You don't have anywhere to go with Kong because he's out of cool iconic enemies. You just have to make up your own at that point, which that's all right. You can make up new enemies, and I'm all for that idea. But I'm just saying, in terms of what we know already, who we know of already, you don't have anywhere to go with Kong. Unless you guys think, hey, Mechana-Kong's way cooler than anyone else. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but I certainly don't share that. What's up, Godzilla 154? It's fine. You being a little late. Nothing's happened so far. We're only 10 minutes in, meaning I'm only like 5 minutes in streaming with the music being done. I didn't play too much music at the start of this stream because a lot of you guys just showed up really quickly. Let's see, we got another comment, another question here. Again, do you think Godzilla will use his red atomic breath? No, I don't think Kong will use his red atomic breath in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Maybe in Godzilla vs. Kong we will see it. I actually saw a few people thinking that scene with the Mothra larva was actually Gamera's head. Yeah, I saw a lot of memes about that from the trailer where Madison Russell, for those of you guys who don't know, is reaching out to touch the she's reaching out to touch the Mothra larva's head, and then a lot of people have been making jokes about how it looks like a sea turtle, and it certainly does. What do we got? D-Man 1954. Do you think that Rodan will be evil or will he be good? Also, do you think also what monsters do you think will die? I think Rodan will kind of walk a balance between being evil and good, kind of like Godzilla. He'll be a fairly neutral presence. That's personally how I think it'll go. I don't know. As for which monsters do I think will die, probably Rodan and Ghidorah. Maybe Mothra, but I kind of feel like you can do stuff with Mothra afterwards, so maybe not. Let's see what else we got. It looks like I got a super chat here. So thank you so much, Freddie Hoff. I'm going to write your name down again because I give double shout-outs for people who do double donations. I really appreciate it. For the $5 super chat asking, what do you think the Oxygen Destroyer's place is in this movie? And don't you agree the idea of there being two Rodans is absolutely ludicrous? So do I think that the idea of having two Rodans is ludicrous? First of all, what's up, Paracokic? Thank you for joining the stream. No, I don't think the idea of having two Rodans is ludicrous because we did see it in the original Rodan movie and it was done well there. So we already have a basis for it being executed well. Although, no, we're not going to see two Rodans in this movie. Everyone who's been pointing out the second Rodan in the trailers, if you've seen my breakdowns of the trailers, or if you've seen many people's breakdowns of the trailers, you know it's just a plane. It's nothing special, right? As for the second part of your question, what do I think the Oxygen Destroyer's place is in this movie? I'm not entirely convinced it'll be in this film. I know Michael Dougherty tweeted out a picture of the Oxygen Destroyer months ago, but it could have just been him tweeting out the prop, right? The prop from the 54 movie of the Oxygen Destroyer still exists. It's on display somewhere in Japan. He could have just been tweeting out the prop, or he could have had one made personally for his own collection. That's a possibility as well. I'm not convinced it'll be used in the movie. Even if we see it in the movie, it could just be one of those things that shows up, you know, we see the Oxygen Destroyer, but it's not used until Godzilla vs. Kong, right? Maybe that's how they end the battle. Godzilla, let's be honest, is probably going to win the fight with Kong, despite me wanting Kong to win. Although I'm not insane. I know that Godzilla's going to win the fight because he's the more popular character, and people are going to lose it if he doesn't win. So Godzilla's probably going to win that fight, and maybe in the MonsterVerse, they're like, well, we just need to eliminate all the monsters, right? So they could use the Oxygen Destroyer to kill Godzilla. Say, Godzilla killed Kong, we need to eliminate all the monsters, we need to eliminate Godzilla, he's the last one left. Use the Oxygen Destroyer, kill him, end the MonsterVerse right there. I don't think that'll happen because that doesn't leave the possibility for more money in the future, so I'm sure they'll keep both Godzilla and Kong alive after that movie, but that's just a hypothetical. They could use it to kill Ghidorah in this Godzilla King of the Monsters movie, although that robs Godzilla of the satisfaction of killing Ghidorah himself. They could use it in a completely different way. Maybe they use it to take out some other monster, some other threat that we've never seen before. I have no idea. I just think that if you really look at what we have in terms of story-wise, it doesn't make sense for the Oxygen Destroyer to be used at this point in the MonsterVerse because we don't have anyone to use it on. That's just how I see it. So if it shows up in Godzilla 2, it's probably just going to be like Serizawa goes, look, I developed this weapon, let's hope no one uses it, and that's all we'll see of it. Wolf of Dimension says, I feel like this Godzilla is a modern version of the Showa hero Godzilla. I very much agree with you. I would say that this Godzilla kind of walks a balance between your early Showa movies, right? Your Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Invasion of Astro Monster. Really before Godzilla became the good guy, he really only becomes the good guy in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. That's when he finally becomes the superhero. So I think Godzilla kind of is a lot like the earlier Showa Godzillas, after Mothra vs. Godzilla, but before Godzilla's Revenge, where all monsters attack, so in that time period. And I also think he's very similar to the Heisei Godzilla later in the Heisei series, when you finally start to get Godzilla being a little bit more of an angry badass. I feel like he kind of fits in between those two characterizations of the character. You guys all want Jet Jaguar back? I agree with you because it's awesome. Jet Jaguar is the king. Godzilla vs. the Mega Kaiju. Who is the winner? Well, the Mega Kaiju died from being hit really hard. Yeah, the Mega Kaiju died from being hit really hard. Godzilla would win that fight. Will Mothra have a Mothra egg in King of the Monsters? I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't really make sense if you think about it, because she's going to wind up starting as a larva based off what we've seen in the trailer. She'll turn into the full-grown Mothra at some point in the movie. And, moths aren't born to the point where they're just like, or they don't come out as full-blown, moths. They don't come out of the cocoon just ready to lay eggs, do they? I don't think they do. Maybe they do, because I don't know my moth facts, but at least as far as I'm concerned, they don't do that. So it doesn't realistically make sense for them to be able to have Mothra lay an egg in this movie. Wolf of Dimension says, well, Heisei humanized Godzilla in a lot of ways, and sadly, this one hasn't yet, but I hope they do. I agree. I hope they do give Godzilla a little bit more of a character in this series and humanize him a bit more. D-Man, do you think Ghidorah will be comparable to the Devil? Well, that's interesting that you bring that up. We do see an underground temple in King of the Monsters. The temple that we see, if you guys haven't seen my breakdown for it, it's the one with the lava everywhere. There's a statue of Pazuzu from The Exorcist. So it's almost like they're saying, hey, look, the devil, right? Or at least they're trying to draw that comparison, it looks like. So potentially you could say, yeah, if that is Ghidorah's temple, maybe they are very literally trying to draw that comparison, saying Ghidorah is the devil. But I think it's more of in a metaphorical sense. Ghidorah will be comparable to the devil in the fact that the devastation he will cause will be unmatched by anything else that has ever been introduced into the world. That includes the nuclear bombs, the hydrogen bombs, everything. So, yeah, I'm sure you could say that Ghidorah will be comparable to the devil in this movie. Do you think Godzilla's Kiss of Death finisher will return in King of the Monsters? No. They're going to try and top it somehow, some way, and it's going to be awesome. I think they topped it in Kong Skull Island with Kong's finisher on the Ramarak, which is the big skull crawler. I think they already topped it there. So, yeah, I think they're going to do something new that could be comparable to the Kiss of Death, but it's going to be an even cooler finisher off way that Godzilla kills Ghidorah. Did you notice... D-Man 1954, did you notice in the beginning there was yellow lightning clouds? Yellow lightning equals King Ghidorah. Yep. That is correct. The lightning moving in around Millie Bobby Brown at the start of the trailer around Madison Russell in, what city did we say it takes place in? Boston? That is, in fact, Ghidorah's lightning clouds. What monster do you think will be killed off in the movie? So my guess is Rodan potentially, and Ghidorah is practically a definite at this point. Jurassic Avenger / Goji14 says Zilla shouldn't be in the MonsterVerse because no one likes him. Well, I disagree. People do like Zilla. I think he could fit into the MonsterVerse, but I don't think we have room for him. Godzilla 154 says ninjas don't hug. That's one of my favorite quotes from any movie. What are your thoughts on Godzilla vs. Ghost Godzilla movie that acts as a continuation of the Heisei series? I don't want to see any continuation of the Heisei series because I love the way it wraps up. Whoa, I've never been in a stream before. What is happening? Googly eyes. Nothing's happening, just answering some questions. Do you play Fortnite? Yeah, Star Alex, I have played Fortnite, but I don't play it anymore. So I guess that answer is kind of a no, but it's also kind of a yes. Do you think Russell in the sequel may actually be more interesting than Ford Brody in the 2014 film? Definitely. It seems like they've learned their lesson and they're going to try and make these characters as three-dimensional as possible. Sorry, I was gone for a bit. What was your answer for my last question, Hot Diggity Dog? I don't remember your last question. Sorry. If you're interested to find out what my answer was, you can just go watch the replay when the video goes up, because I don't remember what your question was. My bad. Will this stream go meme hell like the last one? Godzilla 154 asks. Well, I hope not, because I don't want to deal with that again. Not that it wasn't fun. It was a lot of fun, but I'm tired today, so I don't think I'm going to be up past 9 streaming. I think I'm going to end it at 9, and then I'm going to probably just go to bed. ZAW Studios asked, D-Man1954, do you think the red beam will appear due to Rodan? So if Rodan dies, will he sacrifice himself, giving birth, I guess you could say, to the red spiral beam? No, I don't think that's going to happen. That's a bit far-fetched for the MonsterVerse. D-Man1954, do you think that Legendary will make Godzilla destroy all monsters post-Godzilla vs. Kong? Assassinzilla asks. Well, that is one way that you could continue the MonsterVerse after Godzilla vs. Kong. That is one way that you could up the ante, have Godzilla vs. Kong play out where it's just straight up the two monsters fighting, destroy all monsters rolls around. My preferable idea for it would be you have it so that Godzilla and Kong have to team up against every other kaiju on Earth. That'd be an awesome movie. Just the two of them. Destroy all monsters is just them versus everybody. That could be if Mothra or Rodan are still alive, if there's another Ghidorah or something, a whole bunch of new monsters, Mutos from the 2014 film, clearly not the dead ones, but same species, skull crawlers. I think that would be such a cool movie. Have them still not want to team up, but then be forced to team up. And the reason I'm okay with them teaming up in this movie is because it's not called Godzilla vs. Kong. You have something called Godzilla vs. Kong, you can't have them just not have an actual fight, right? That's why I hate Batman vs. Superman. I don't hate that movie because it's such a slow-paced, boring movie, right? I hate that movie because it didn't have the guts to actually be a Batman vs. Superman movie. It had to give in and had to have them team up. And although Batman was a definitive winner in that movie, it's so unsatisfying to watch. So that's why I don't like that movie, and also because it is poorly written. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't want to see them team up in Godzilla vs. Kong, but I'm okay with it post-Godzilla vs. Kong. Hidemian 1954, there is an amazing cinema-quality version of King of the Monsters trailer on Dave's trailer page. I think you should really check it out. An amazing cinema-quality version. I don't know what that means, but I will probably check it out because I'm interested to know what you're talking about. Thank you again, Freddie Hoff, for the $3 donation. Jeez, this guy's a legend. I appreciate it. He says, what do you think the new monsters will look like? I'll answer that right after I'm done writing your name down again. So what do I think the new monsters will look like in Godzilla King of the Monsters? I think Mothra will generally look identical to the Toho Mothra, except blue. I think that's the direction they're headed. Rodan kind of looks like he's going to be a crossbreed between the 56 Rodan and the 2004 Rodan, although he does have a lot of similarities to the Rodan from the Heisei era as well. So it kind of just looks like a blending of all the Rodans, but, with jagged black skin, which is awesome. And I love how it's charcoaled and burnt on the wings. That is absolutely insane. I love that. Aside from that, Ghidorah looks like he's going to be much more serpentine. Is that the word I'm looking for? Looks like he's going to be much more snake-like in this movie. That's what I want to say. It does look like he's going to have the snake-like heads based off what we've seen when he's looking in the window at Madison Russell. So I think that's a big possibility that he will have snake heads. You know, we've already heard from my little insider that he will have rattlesnake tails, which I still don't quite know what that means, but I can sort of see what they're talking about after seeing the picture of Rodan, or of Ghidorah frozen in ice. I can see the resemblance to a rattlesnake tail. So I think, yeah, Ghidorah is going to be quite snake-like in this movie. Good night, Benzilla Craft. Good. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. D-Man, when will Trailer 2 come out? I'm not sure when Trailer 2 will come out. Probably it will come out... What month is it? It's... What month is it? It's July? So it might come out in like 4 months. I don't know why, but that's kind of my guess. It might be sooner. Might be like 2 months away. So September to October. That's kind of where I'll put it. September to October. D-Man 1954, do you think we'll get the Mothra song in any variation? God, I hope so. The ones that I really want to hear are Sacred Springs, otherwise known as Sacred Fountain in the Heisei era. I really want to hear that one come back because that's my favorite Mothra song. And other than that, I don't think we'll hear the traditional Mothra song. D-Man, the post-credits for Godzillaverse, for Godzilla King of the Monsters will be military building Mechagodzilla. Maybe the post-credit scene will be the military building Mechagodzilla. Well, that's an interesting theory. Again, I think Mechagodzilla is a little bit far-fetched for this universe, but we could potentially see it happen. Do you think this Godzilla will fight all Toho monsters, not including Megaguirus? Well, I don't know why you wouldn't include Megaguirus, but no, he won't. He won't fight them because they will not have room for them. They don't have the rights to them. What's up? What is up, D-Man 1954? What do you want to see in Toho's The World of Godzilla? Good question. I kind of don't want to see Godzilla sequel after Godzilla sequel, if that makes sense. I want it to be more of a slow burn, if that makes sense. So what Toho did that was so great in their golden age, their Showa period, was they took time. They took time to develop each monster. Godzilla had his own solo movie. Rodan had his own solo movie. Mothra had her own solo movie, and then they brought them all together. That's exactly what I want to see in the world of Godzilla. I want to start with a killer Godzilla movie. Just awesome. And then I want to follow up with a Ghidorah solo movie, Rodan solo movie, Mothra solo movie, maybe some Godzilla sequels in the meantime, but not have that be the only thing coming out. I want more Gargantuas back. I want to see War of the Gargantuas remake or something along those lines. I want to see those characters back. And eventually I want to see it all cross over into a Final Wars / Destroy All Monsters type movie. Freddie Hoff again proves to be an absolute legend, donating $2 to ask, the new ones, how the Mutos were new. I meant the new ones, like how the Mutos were new. So, are you asking if I think there will be any new monsters in the movie? What the new designs will look like? I have no idea. It seems like the MonsterVerse kind of likes the whole arachnid-esque design that we've seen a lot recently with Cloverfield. Of course, the Mutos are a big example. The Skullcrawlers to some extent. And also, we also saw that in Stranger Things recently. So I do think it's a potential that if we see new monsters show up, I think we have the potential to see a lot more arachnid-esque designs, because that just seems to be the trend in Hollywood nowadays. They don't really have too many ideas when coming up with monsters. It can basically either look like a dinosaur or like an insect, and it seems like Hollywood's kind of thinking is, well, we've done a lot of insects or dinosaurs already, so let's do a lot of insects now. So it seems like that's kind of the route we're going in, which I'm not opposed to, because I like the Muto's design, and I like the design of the Skullcrawlers. A friend has to go. Oh no, my friend. He says, I gotta go. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. Good night, man. I saw a question that I wanted to read, but I didn't get to read it because I lost it. So, this stream's popping off 185 viewers. Yes, it is, man. That's crazy. This is a crazy stream. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Do you think Mechagodzilla would work in the MonsterVerse or no? The Mechagodzilla in the MonsterVerse, he could work, yeah. He's not that far-fetched. He's basically just a big bug, so I could see that happening. Kong was created by Monarch confirmed. Yeah, right. Now we got, how would you feel as the 1952 Smog of London tease turns into a film including Ghidorah, not necessarily 1952. Also, do you feel what possibilities there could be after Godzilla vs. Kong? So I talked about that a little bit ago. What possibilities do we have after Godzilla vs. Kong? Basically, I'm thinking Destroy All Monsters or Godzilla vs. Gamera. Then you don't have too much left to do with Kong. As for the Great Smog of London, I don't think it was caused by Ghidorah. I think it was caused by I don't think it was caused by Ghidorah. I think it was probably caused by Ghidorah, as we see Ghidorah create storm clouds wherever he flies. So it's possible that he created storms all over London, and they just called it the Great Smog of London. Hey, do you think that one spider from Kong Skull Island was supposed to be Kumonga? Well, if it was, it might have been an Easter egg to Kumonga, but no, it definitely was not Kumonga. They didn't buy the rights to a big spider just to not name drop it, right? So, could have been an Easter egg, but definitely wasn't. You excited for the upcoming King of the Monsters toy line from NECA? Hell yes, I cannot wait for it. First of all, they confirmed that they're going to be doing a full new Godzilla. They're going to use the 3D models from 2014, which is going to be awesome. Which the reason that's awesome is because they're gonna be incredibly movie accurate that way. But what that means, they're also going to additionally sculpt into the design. They're going to work into the design hand sculpts. So they're going to add to the design after they 3D scan it by hand, which means we'll have some actual depth with these guys. They're going to work on articulation, which should be nice, and I'm very excited for it. I also can't wait for these characters to be in scale with one another. Monster Arts really needs to get on their game about that, but I'm excited to have in scale Godzilla figures. That should be very cool. Yes, I am talking about the NECA figure switchboard. Gigan is not the drawing that everyone who thinks he is. Oh, to everyone who thinks he is. Yeah, no, Gigan is not in the picture of Rodan. That is some sort of Sumerian demigod. Are you hyped for Godzilla vs. Kong 2020? Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it, although I do have some reserves for it because Adam Weingard's working on it. He seems kind of like a weird guy. Not that I don't think he's done a good job on his previous movies. The only one that I've ever seen was Death Note, and I thought he did a great job with it. But I don't know. He doesn't seem like the right fit for the movie, in my opinion. How do you think Ghidorah came to Earth? Probably he just crashed. That's my guess. D-Man actually getting the NECA line? Finally, you better review it, man. Yeah, I actually own most of the NECA figures that they have. I just yesterday picked up their Burning Godzilla, and I hate it. I don't hate all the NECA figures like a lot of people think I do. I only hate their Heisei figures. I think their 54 is fantastic. I think their Godzilla 2014 is amazing. Their GMK is super good. I think their new Godzilla 62 looks pretty good, but their Heisei designs just kind of flop in my opinion. Death Note only suffered from bad writing. I don't even think it was poorly written. I just think that the character Mia really detracted from what could have been. The anime is so much better than the movie, and I really think that Weingard could have benefited from taking one more look at the source material before working on his film, because he didn't know how to write Light Yagami, aka Light Turner, so that was where it suffered in my opinion. What's wrong with your BG? Mine had derpy eyes. What's wrong with your BG? What is BG? Big Godzilla? BG. Oh, Burning Godzilla. Gotcha. Jesus. Okay, what's wrong with my Burning Godzilla? Yeah, he has derpy eyes. I hate the cup around his neck. For those of you guys who don't have the figure, there's like this weird cup around the neck. It's on the original release too, the original Heisei Godzilla, which was supposed to be the Godzilla-verse Space Godzilla design. He's got this weird cone around his head that comes off the neck. I hate it. I hate the sculpt. That's really what it comes down to. The paint is fine. The eyes are horrible on mine. And the sculpt it's just the sculpt is bad. It's a sleeve covering the ball joints. I know it's a sleeve covering the ball joints, but look at how Monster Arts does it with especially with their Godzilla Rebirth figure, SHMA's Godzilla Rebirth figure. That one is so perfect, and I own that one too. But God, I hate the NECA Heisei ones. And yeah, their 84 is their worst, and I also hate the glossy paint on mine. They just lack depth as well. They lack the depth that Monster Arts has. That's why I like Monster Arts better, because you feel the depth and you can do more with them. You're asking, would Gamera work in the MonsterVerse? I think he would if he was handled the way that Godzilla was handled. NECA has really improved from then, though. They look so much better now. Yeah, and like I've said, I really do like their recent designs. You just came here from Rob's stream. Was he streaming? Is he streaming? I hope he's not, because I kind of feel bad if he is. I don't want to steal any of his viewers. I'm gonna pop off the old chat here for a second. I won't be able to see what you guys send here for a second, so I can just check ETN and see what he's up to, because I don't want to stream over him. The last thing I see on his channel is potentially big news for the channel regarding ... So, I don't know if he's streaming. If he is, I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to. You're saying he is streaming? Oh, his stream just ended. Hey, well, at least you guys waited till his stream ended to show up. I appreciate that. That way I don't feel guilty about it. ZUCC confirmed in Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know what that means. Who here knows about World War D? Only OG people know what that is. Yeah, only OG people know what that is, and ETN was involved in it. It's 10:20 over here. What about you, D-Man? It's 10:20 where you are. Where do you live? No, it's 8:20 where I am. I don't know what Zuck is. You say Zuck is my god. I don't know what that is. Would Gigan work in the MonsterVerse? Would a big robot space chicken work in the MonsterVerse? No, it would not. Not at all. It's 1:20 p.m. where you are, Parocokic. Yeah, well, not all of us can live in Australia. I think you live in Australia. Maybe I made that up because I don't actually know where you're from. You know what I love about the actress playing as Russell? Is that she's not popular as a child actress because of the Disney Channel. Yeah, for once we finally have a child actress who doesn't come from the Disney Channel. Zuck is Zuckerberg. That's kind of what I thought, but I didn't know if that's what he was actually talking about. Rip Ninja died of Ligma. Is that how you say it? Ligma? Seriously, I don't know what that was all about, the Ligma thing, but it's pretty wild that someone faked his death. Did he fake his own death? You know, I don't follow Ninja because I don't care about him. It's just weird. Parocokic is from Australia. Haha, I didn't make it up. Will Destroya work in the MonsterVerse? Again, it's all about execution, how he's handled. What you like had new game of Logo Godzilla? I read what wrong. It says, would you, well, that still doesn't make too much sense. D-Man 1954, would you like had new game of Godzilla? If you're asking if I'd like a new Godzilla game, yeah, I would. Do you think King Caesar would work in the MonsterVerse? No, a giant lion god that's born to protect Okinawa doesn't seem like something that would work in the MonsterVerse, in my opinion. They could do him like Kong and have him just be a big mythical god that looks like a lion or something. I guess that'd work. I'm gonna take a drink of water here for a second. All right, would you like to see Legendary Junior Godzilla? No. I mean, I think the possibility of having two Godzillas in the MonsterVerse could work, but I don't necessarily want this son of Godzilla to show up, if that makes any sense. I'm making my own kaiju designs for the Monster Apocalypse book. Good luck with that. Matt Frank did that recently. He did a hell of a job with it. Notice how I'm not answering any of the meme questions. I want you to notice that. Thoughts on Titanosaurus and any chance of him appearing in the MonsterVerse? I think he could work in the MonsterVerse, but he probably won't show up, and I don't necessarily want him to show up. Sean, not Connery, donated a $2 to the super chat. Just saying, bathroom one jam in the chest, boys. In the chat, boys. I read chat as chest, which is just shows that I'm dyslexic. All right. On Monarch Science website, Godzilla turned, and it looks like he's heading towards what could be Skull Island. Yeah, that thing in the South Pacific, that is definitely Skull Island. That's around where Skull Island was when they did, if you guys remember back when Skull Island was coming out, the movie, they had it listed on Google Maps, and that's about where it was. What do you feel about Ready Player One's Mechagodzilla? I thought he was awesome. I loved Mechagodzilla in that movie. Have you seen the Mechagodzilla Ready Player One concept art? He literally used to be Mechagodzilla 2014. Yeah, I did see it. It looks fairly similar to the actual design for Mechagodzilla. He just has huge hands. Any thoughts on Godzuki from the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon? God. I hate that cartoon so much. I'm going to go off on a rant here. It's so bad. I don't know who thought that that was a good idea to greenlight. Obviously, it fit the time era, right? Super Friends, all that stuff was coming out. None of it was good. I know my little brother, in fact, my whole family has such a love for all those shows, but they are so bad. Good night, Spencer Baxter. I can't stand them. Godzuki is honestly one of the dumbest decisions that anyone has made in the Godzilla franchise history. I love how there's like a pull on Toho Kingdom, or no, it wasn't Toho Kingdom, it was Wikizilla saying like, do you like this character? And it was like an astounding no. People hate the character. He's so stupid. I was thinking, because I've never actually watched the full thing. I've only watched a couple episodes of it, and I just thought it was so dumb that I never made it far. But I was thinking recently, like, if I could ever get my hands on it, the only way I would do it, I would do anything with it, is if I were to like, I don't know, do a commentary over each episode, but I'd have to be drunk in order to enjoy that. So I guess I could take a shot every time Godzuki does something silly and messes something up, but I feel like I'd die of alcohol poisoning really quickly. Yes, Mary Ray, I can see your messages, and good night, Kaiju Guy Studios. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep any minute now. Well, Ruben the Fanboy 15, good night. I hope you sleep well or something. I don't know. You don't have to watch the whole series. It's literally the same thing every episode. Yeah, I can imagine. They were all like that. Super Friends was like that too. Congrats, D-Man. Don't feed the memes. I won't. Because last time it got out of hand. What's your favorite Mechagodzilla? Mine is Ready Player One's. My favorite Mechagodzilla has, I'm pretty consistent on this. It's been the 1974-75 Mechagodzilla since pretty much my entire life. So, yep, That's my favorite Mechagodzilla, and I don't think he'll be dethroned anytime soon. Do you think the 3 monsters from Space Amoebas could work in the MonsterVerse? I think so, because they're all mutated animals. They're all really goofy looking mutated animals. If we had some actual realistic designs for them, they could work. But again, they're not going to join the MonsterVerse, so it doesn't really matter. Godzilla 154 calling me out for wanting to get drunk while watching that Godzilla series. You're right, I'm not 21, so I can't do that, which is why I'll have to wait a few years. Then we'll have a killer series, right? For everyone asking, D-Man is 14. Yep, I have been 14 since the first year I turned 14, and I haven't aged since. I'm gonna take a drink of water again. My throat hurts because I've been talking so much today. Can I just say that 100 things you missed in Godzilla 2 trailer breakdown that I did, I appreciate you guys because it seems to be performing very well. But my God, it was such a pain to work on. Not only did it take me freaking ages to finish, to script, but the recording was well over 40-something minutes long, and I edited it down into a 28-minute video, and the editing process was so grueling. I spent way too much time on that one video. I could have grinded out at least 5 or 6 news updates in the time it took me to get that video done. Ugh. I am feeling it. That's all I did today. I could have been hanging out with friends and having a great time, but instead, I was doing nothing but the freaking trailer breakdown. Alright, what are you saying? The one thing you didn't mention was the Mothra webbing. I didn't notice the Mothra webbing, that's why. Do you think Skull Island will become Monster Island? If not, I would like a little line like, it's some sort of Monster Island. I think that it very easily could turn into Monster Island. I think that's not, I don't totally remember, but I think that is something we talked about back in 2016, 2017 time period when Kong Skull Island was coming out, talking about how that could be the next Monster Island. Have you played Godzilla DS game? Did you like it? I used to play Godzilla Unleashed on the DS, yeah. Why do you think they canceled the new Gamera movie? Well, that's because it was never confirmed in the first place. It wasn't an actual movie. What it actually was a proof of concept saying that, yeah, we have this idea for our Gamera movie. It's the 50th anniversary of Gamera, so we're trying to get some hype for the series. We hope you guys like it. It was never actually supposed to be a movie. Looks like I've missed quite a bit of comments. So I'm going to try and blast through some of these as I work my way down. Do you think Destroyer could fit into the MonsterVerse? Like I said earlier, I think it all depends on how he's portrayed, but I do feel that he could work. Can you see my message? Mary Ray asks again, and yes, I can. D-Man is the man who cannot age. That is, you are goddamn right. Hot Diggity Dog says, I thought you left. Did you not leave? Oh, maybe you said you were coming back. Oh, you said you came back. That's right. You left for a bit and then you came back. That's why I got confused. Okay. You said, I hope they play Rodan's 1956 theme in King of the Monsters, like the main title song. That is a good song. It's very menacing. Do you think Monarch will make Mechagodzilla, Mecha King Ghidorah? Do you think Monarch will make Mecha King Ghidorah? No, I don't. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to, basically, if you want the truth, I basically only listen to Godzilla soundtracks. Sounds kind of lame. It is kind of lame. I don't actually listen to anything else. I will sit in the car and just jam out the Godzilla music. But I think it's awesome. I love Godzilla music. I know Ifukube really didn't like that people would listen to his music without context, but I don't care. He made great songs. You have been doing exponentially, your channel has been doing exponentially lately, almost at 35K, soon you'll be at 40K. Yeah, it's insane. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Do you have SHMA's 1954 Godzilla? Just got it. Beautiful figure. Yeah, I do. I do have it. I think it's awesome. Freddie Hoff donated again. This guy is freaking nuts, dude. He is funding my new computer all by himself. He says your voice is mighty low for a 14-year-old. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you've been 14 for as many years as I have. Things just change. I hate this chair. I need a new chair soon because it's so squeaky. I can hardly move in it without it annoying everybody. Do you think Skull Island 2 will take place in 1992? The Return of Skull Island, the one we saw in the Monarch timeline. No, that was a comic book that they did. It was a pretty good comic book. So I don't think we'll actually see it as a movie, but we may revisit that in Godzilla vs. Kong. People are super chatting. I want to donate, but I got no money. It's no problem, Godzilla 154. Don't worry about it. You don't listen to any bands or artists? I can go through, if you want, I can go through all the bands and artists I listen to, and then you guys can see how lame I am. Well, I'm going to mispronounce your name, and I apologize for it. Is it Saf Ali? Is it Saf Ali? I hope it is. Thank you so much for the $1 super chat donation. It's a good thing I'm putting all these in text so that I can just put them on the text shout out after the stream's over, because I cannot pronounce things to save my life. Yeah, I'm pulling up iTunes right now just so you guys can hear that I legitimately listen to nothing but Godzilla music. This is what I have on my... These are my albums, okay? I'm going to run through them with you guys. We have the Daredevil theme song from Netflix. We have Sidechained, written by Ronan. You guys don't really know who that is, but I've played his music on my outros. Godzilla 154 says, hold on, I get allowance tomorrow. There's a delay when the payments go through on Apple devices. I'm going to spend my allowance. Don't spend your allowance. Don't spend it on me. Don't spend your allowance on me. So we have the Daredevil theme song. We have Ronan's album, which you guys have only heard 1 or 2 songs of. We have the Artistry of Ifukube, which contains, oh God, Freddie Hoff, you're killing it. Freddie Hoff donated a $2 super chat. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, here, son, go buy a new chair at Target. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're an absolute legend. What other music do I have? So the Artistry of Ifukube just contains all of Ifukube's live stuff. We have the Artistry of Ifukube, different than Artistry of Ifukube. This one contains all of Ifukube's classical music and the soundtrack to the Burmese harp. I have the Destroy All Monsters soundtrack. We have an evening of special events and film music. We have an evening of special music. These are both by Ifukube. They're both concerts that people did in tribute for him. Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster soundtrack. Godzilla the 1954 movie soundtrack. Godzilla the Motion Picture, aka the 1954 soundtrack again, but this one has additional songs. Godzilla 2000 soundtrack, the American version. Godzilla Live Concert. Godzilla Mix, which is basically just the best of the Showa and Heisei era. Godzilla vs. Gigan soundtrack. Godzilla vs. Destroya soundtrack. Godzilla vs. Destroya extras. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 extras. Godzilla vs. Mothra. Godzilla vs. Mothra extras. Godzilla 1, which contains best of the Showa era, Godzilla 2, which contains an additional best of the Showa era, and Godzilla 3, which contains best of the Showa era and Zone Fighter. Kaiju soundtracks, which are Varan the Unbelievable, Frankenstein Conquers the World, War of the Gargantuas, Dogora the Space Monster, the Mysterians, Daimajin Trilogy, all 3 of them. Battle in Outer Space, Battle in Outer Space's main theme, Battle in Outer Space's main theme, but this time it was live. King Kong Escape soundtrack, Space Amoeba soundtrack, Whale God soundtrack. That's an interesting one. It's got some cool Godzilla music in there. Latitude Zero soundtrack. Thank you so much, Sapphire Ali, for the $5 super chat. Let me write it down that you donated before I read your question. You said, do you think they will show a flashback to a time before humans, showing all the monsters interact with each other and possible cameos for Godzilla King of the Monsters? I don't think so, because that there's so many things that I think we could open the movie with. We could open the movie with a flashback to the 2014 battle. We could open the movie with a flashback to Godzilla fighting Ghidorah in ancient times. There's so much we could open the movie with. It's insane. So, no, I don't actually think we will get to see a legitimate flashback to the time before humanity. I don't see it happening. Did I already say I had the Latitude Zero soundtrack? Because I do. In addition to that, I have the Godzilla King of the Godzilla vs. Kong, aka King Kong vs. Godzilla, 1962 soundtrack. This is the stereo version. I have the non-stereo version as well. Awesome, I pronounced Safi Ali right. That made my day. That's great. I have the Monster Zero soundtrack, aka Invasion of Astro Monster soundtrack. I have the MonsterVerse Godzilla soundtrack. I have Ostinato soundtrack, which is the best of Ifukube's ostinato music. If you don't know what ostinato music is, I'm pretty sure it's a type of music where everything is very quick-paced, and notes don't hold for very long. I have the Terror of Mechagodzilla soundtrack. Hey, guess what? We're getting into some non-Godzilla soundtracks. Also, yes, Jeffrey Kelfler. Oh, God, I don't know how to say that, but you are 100% correct. Black Panther is overrated. Speaking of Black Panther, the next soundtrack on this list is the Avengers, the original motion picture. And then we have Avengers Infinity War soundtrack. Then we have the Ready Player One soundtrack. Then Godzilla 2014 soundtrack. Then straight up remastered by Badfinger. Yeah, that's a weird one, but it's because their song Baby Blue was used in Breaking Bad, and it's great. Then we have Glitter and Gold by Barnes Country. Then we have Mythology by the Bee Gees, Last Pale Light in the West by Ben Nichols, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad soundtrack. That one is by Bernard Herrmann. Godzilla from Blue Oyster Cult. The Best of Creedence Clearwater Revival. I actually saw those guys in concert. They're great. I love their music, but the best of basically consists of a whole bunch of their great songs. But the reason I got it is because Kong Skull Island got me into them. We have a whole bunch of Godzilla covers from people like G-Fan Works and whoever that kid was. I don't remember the kid's name, but he did all those really cool Persecution of the Masses and all those cool Shin Godzilla piano covers. Oh man, I wish I could remember what that kid's name was. But basically, it's just like the YouTube music. So a whole bunch of YouTube fan covers that I found that I thought were great. This one's one of my favorites. You guys are going to be like, it sounds a little weird, but it's Dahi Denogla's, all of his music. So if you guys know who Dahi Denogla is, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. But yeah, I think he's fantastic. He's a great singer too. Freddie Hoff donated again, asking what my computer's specs are. I would have to. Oh man, I'll have to like do that in the future as a future video after I retire this video. I'm really sorry to like fail at answering your question here because I just don't remember. It's been so long that I legitimately don't remember what's inside this thing anymore. I built this thing years ago. I'm really sorry that I can't think of everything. So sorry. But it was the cutting edge technology of 2014 when I built it. So that's gotta maybe give you an idea of what it is. I'm not sure. Okay, getting back to it, Dahi Denogla's soundtrack. We have the Godzilla 98 Disc 1, Godzilla 98 Disc 2, Run Around Sue from Dion. I don't know how to say that name. Basically, it's the Wanderer song from the Wanderer song from Fallout 4. That's what it is. We have She-Devil from Elvis Presley, which is because it was used in Godzilla 2014. We have Conspiracy Theory Guy from Fat Damon. We have the Zone Fighter soundtrack. We have Godzilla, a true King of the Monsters soundtrack. It's a whole bunch of the lyrical Godzilla music from the Showa era. We have Godzilla, A True King of the Monsters soundtrack 2, which is the Zone Fighter soundtrack, the Zone Fighter Godzilla episode soundtracks. We have the Shin Godzilla soundtrack. We have another Godzilla covers soundtrack, which includes music from HKCP, G-Fan Works, and some other guy whose name I can't pronounce. Again, just another one of those YouTube things, another YouTube cover artist thing that I made. We have Kong Skull Island soundtrack. We have Hunt You Down by The Hit House. We have From Eden, which was done by Hosier. We have what's this song? I'm No Lionheart by Raoul Panther 3. We have How from Isle Neo. I think that's how you say it. We have Monster from Iniquity Rhymes. We have Zombies Rap from Alcatraz from Iniquity Rhymes. Can you guys still hear me? I think you can. I don't know why Paracokic said, lol rip, what happened to on the spot question mark? I don't know what that means. Okay, either way, we have Zombie Raps from Iniquity Rhymes. We have the King Kong 2005 soundtrack. We have the soundtrack from the movie The Burbs, one of my favorite soundtracks. We have Unearthed by Johnny Cash. The Godzilla Karawada re-recordings. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Godzillaverse Biollante soundtrack. Godzillaverse Biollante soundtrack extras. Kong Skull Island soundtrack, which that one is the paid for music. GMK soundtrack. Godzilla's Revenge soundtrack. Let It Go by Kyle whoever. It's the Leafy song. We have the Hunting Party from Linkin Park. We have the Pacific Rim Uprising soundtrack. We have the Serial Original Score soundtrack from Mark Henry Phillips. We have Godzilla Raids Again soundtrack. We have Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster soundtrack. We have Son of Godzilla soundtrack. We have The Story of Kong soundtrack. We have Godzilla against Mechagodzilla soundtrack. We have Godzilla X Mothra X Mechagodzilla soundtrack. We have Godzilla X Mechagodzilla soundtrack. We have Ready or Not by whoever, I can't say their name. We have I'm Sorry from The Neighborhood. We have the music of Serial from Nick Thorburn. We have Godzilla Final War soundtrack. We have Rise and Fall, Rage and Grace from The Offspring. We have Pacific Rim soundtrack, Godzilla 1984 soundtrack, Godzilla 1985 soundtrack, Godzilla vs. Megalon soundtrack, Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster soundtrack, The Best of the Rolling Stones, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla soundtrack, Shin Godzilla again. Yep. We have TriStar. Or Tripod, not TriStar. Yeah, I already passed TriStar's Godzilla. We have, is ETN here? Oh, hey, ETN, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna extend a grace. I'm gonna make you a mod because you're a good guy and I like you. Where was I? We have Tripolar from Sick Puppies because their song was in Godzilla. Which was it? Godzilla Final Wars. I didn't try to make you sing. Wait, what? Hold on. ETN says, word, I hope you guys try to make D-Man sing like you try to make... Oh, they try to make you sing. Okay, gotcha. All right, what else do we have? We have... We're All to Blame by Some 41. That was the one from Godzilla Final Wars. So what on earth is this Sick Puppies song? Oh, because they made a sick... Godzilla... Someone made a sick Godzilla YouTube video to that song. That's right. We have the Godzilla Millennium 2000 soundtrack. This is the Japanese version. We have the Godzilla Monster Planet soundtrack. We have the Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla soundtrack, the Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla Extra soundtrack, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle soundtrack, Gojira Kaiju Wakuse soundtrack. We have Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies soundtrack. That's all the secret songs. We have COD Zombies Black Ops 3 soundtrack is all the secret songs. We have Songs of Innocence from U2. Thank you so much, Freddie Hoff, for the $2 super chat. Yeah, that was a pretty big switch right there. Who are the 5 most likely Toho kaiju to show up? You mean in the MonsterVerse? So I don't think we're actually going to get any more, but the ones that I think there's the potential to have show up, the most realistic for the MonsterVerse would be Destroya, Yeah, Godzilla154, thank you for the $2 super chat. Yes, this is basically just me naming off my iTunes library. You guys asked what music I listen to. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you guys the full rundown. What was I saying? The five most likely kaiju to appear in the MonsterVerse. Okay, so we'll run through them, right? Number 1, Destroya. Number 2, Titanosaurus could fit in there very easily. Number 3, Kamacuras would very, very easily fit in there. Number 4 is Mechagodzilla, because they own the rights to him, not because he would fit in very well. And number 5 is Kumonga, because we kind of already have seen him. I think those are good. Okay, we'll finish off the soundtracks because we're close to the end. We have Dark Country by various artists. I don't remember who wrote that song. Monster Cat, Best of 2014. It's just their one song, Hero. The Walking Dead soundtrack from Season 4, The Walking Dead soundtrack from Season 5, XAI's soundtrack. They're the ones who does the anime music for Godzilla. The anime, they do the end credit songs. We have the Death Note anime soundtrack. We have Alien Single from Your Favorite Martian, Alien Unplugged from Your Favorite Martian, Boom Headshot from Your Favorite Martian, Club Villain from Your Favorite Martian, Complicated from Your Favorite Martian, Epileptic Techno from Your Favorite Martian, Fight to Win from Your Favorite Martian, Friend Zone from Your Favorite Martian. Can you guys tell I like Your Favorite Martian? We have High Voltage from Your Favorite Martian, Jupiter from Your Favorite Martian, Just a Friend from Your Favorite Martian, Love the Way You Lie from Your Favorite Martian, My Balls from Your Favorite Martian, Nerd Rage from Your Favorite Martian, Orphan Tears from Your Favorite Martian, Road Rage from Your Favorite Martian, Robot Bar Fight from Your Favorite Martian, Take Over the World from Your Favorite Martian, Text Me Back from Your Favorite Martian, White Boys Wasted from Your Favorite Martian, Zombie Love Song from Your Favorite Martian, 8-Bit World from Your Favorite Martian, The Best of Godzilla from 1954 to 1975 from various artists. The Best of Godzilla from 1984 to 1995, again from various artists. The Breaking Bad soundtrack and the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia soundtrack. And we're done. That's all the music that I listen to. That's all the music that I listen to. Alright, I need a drink of water because my throat is burnt out. D-Man always makes the most quality content, obviously. You know it. Okay. You guys got any questions for me? Exilians in the MonsterVerse. I don't really think they'd fit into the MonsterVerse. The quality content worth 34,000 subscribers. I want every single one of my 34 or however many thousand subscribers to just have to sit here. I want them all to sit down and just listen to me read off all of the music that I listen to. Oh, you know what? Seb Rex makes a very good point here. He says, do you want to see a Varan solo movie? So it's not really the point he was trying to make. Yeah, I do want to see a Varan solo movie, a new one come out from Toho in their world of Godzilla, but I do think Varan could fit into the MonsterVerse very easily. Perokakik says Breaking Bad is the best show of all time. I personally, for me, I think The Walking Dead is my favorite, but Breaking Bad is objectively a better show, and I think Breaking Bad might be the best show ever, objectively. Although I do prefer The Walking Dead over Breaking Bad, that's just how I see it. I think Death Note anime is also amazing. Godzilla154 says I'm gonna cut out the video. View and naming songs. You should upload it as music I listen to. Yeah, well, there, that would be easy too. That'd be easy content. Do you want to see Godzilla's Red Atomic Breath? Well, I've talked about that a little bit. I would be willing to see Godzilla's Atomic Breath in Godzilla vs. Kong, but I don't think we'll see it in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Japanese fans say Godzilla 2014 looks fat. Of course he's fat. He's over 60 years old. And being sponsored by Snickers and Dr. Pepper. You got a good point there, Switchboard. Got a good point there. Will a Gamera solo film work? I don't remember who it was who was talking about it, but one of the podcasts I listened to was talking about how you could modernize Gamera and have him be like this nightmarish creature that haunts people's dreams, like a Freddy Krueger, but a kaiju. If we had that as a movie, that could work. That'd be awesome. Do you think the blue spiral ray was featured in Godzilla? Oh, sorry, you didn't ask a question. You were stating a fact. Did you know the blue spiral ray was featured in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah? I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm going to watch that movie next week with my little brother because we're doing Godzilla-thon. This week is Godzilla vs. Biollante. Next week will be Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. But I can kind of remember talking about it maybe in Godzilla-thon, but I don't totally remember. All right, you're asking, would a burning Godzilla design work with the new Godzilla design? So would a burning Godzilla design work with the new legendary design? I don't think so. I don't think he would look good. I don't think he would look good with the burning Godzilla design. Yeah, he did do a nuclear pulse in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in the 90s. I believe he does one in Godzilla vs. Biollante, but I don't totally remember. D-Man 1959. Who is that? I'm D-Man 1954. Do you watch Vanoss Gaming? I love Vanoss Gaming. He's pretty much the only gaming YouTuber I still watch. At this point, I've kind of given up on every single one of them, but he's one that I still watch. I'm gonna drop my chair really fast. I'm actually gonna mute it because it's gonna be really loud when it hits the thing. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop my chair so I can get a little more comfortable and straighten my back out. All right, I'm back. Is Godzilla True Facts dead? For the most part, yeah. I mean, I still have intentions to use that channel, but no, I don't think I'm gonna use it anymore. Yeah, ETN's idea. I think that is a good idea. I think another monster who could very easily fit into the MonsterVerse and be very cool is Biollante. I think that'd be great in the MonsterVerse. Gone for 3 seconds. All right, I'm back. What's up, Parocockic? Do you think Destroy All Monsters will be the last MonsterVerse movie? I think that Godzilla vs. Kong will probably be the last MonsterVerse movie. Do you ever watch the Gyro Productions? I don't know who that is. What state do you live in? One of them that are united. I live in one of the United States. D-Man, how do you think the Oxygen Destroyer will play into Godzilla King of the Monsters? Probably not at all, because we don't have anyone to use it on. If you really want to hear me talk really in depth about that, wait for this to get uploaded as a video. I talk about it at the start of the stream. Lol, are you not tired? We were streaming for a while, talking to ETN. I didn't even see ETN stream, man. I didn't get notified from it. YouTube sub box might be messed up again, which is always fun to deal with. You live in Phoenix because of the time, right? It's a good guess. Aha. No, Phoenix is an hour ahead of me. I think. Which Ghidorah do you think will be more badass, the anime version of King of the Monsters? It's kind of funny how the third anime movie is doing the same monsters as King of the Monsters. Yeah, except for Rodan. He's not going to be in it. What was that question oh, it's which one do I think is going to be cooler? The anime version or the movie version? Obviously the movie version. The anime version is not going to be that cool because we've already seen how they handled Mechagodzilla and all the other Toho kaiju would just show up in silhouette. King Ghidorah is going to be probably cool. I'm sure he'll be all right in Godzilla, the Eater of Planets or Stars or whatever the official English title is going to be. But he's going to have nothing on the King of the Monsters version. I won't be happy until we get Mechagodzilla City in the MonsterVerse. Yeah, ETN, me too. I need some justice for Mechagodzilla City. We had the justice for whoever's hashtag trending for a whole bunch of other things, like Stranger Things had some. I think we need some justice for Mechagodzilla City. It was treated unfairly, man. It just got kind of blown up after a whole movie spent telling us how cool it was. It did nothing, and then it just blew up. Dude, what the heck? Why'd you spoil that Godzilla dies in Infinity War? Now there's no point to me even watching the movie. What are your thoughts on the direct Cloverfield sequel being confirmed? Yeah, I really don't care. Cloverfield movies aren't great in my opinion. All right, see ya, Parakokic. I think that Cloverfield, the original movie, sucks. I think that 10 Cloverfield Lane is great. And I think that the Cloverfield Paradox is decent. So they don't have a great track record for me. And I don't expect the next Cloverfield Overlord or whatever it's going to be called. I don't expect it to be that good. Hashtag Mechagodzilla City confirmed. Hell yeah. Who do you watch on YouTube, D-Man? Mainly Mr. Sunday Movies, Jeremy Johns, all of the SOS members, and Vanos Gaming. That's about it. Do you play any video games? I play the Godzilla video game, the PS4 one. And I only play that basically one day a week when I'm at my dad's house. I don't play it a lot. Are you going to watch Venom? I am going to watch Venom. I watch all the superhero movies. I'm really big into those. If you know me in person, you would know that Godzilla is not the only thing I talk about. I talk about a lot of other stuff. And I geek out about all the superhero stuff just as much as everyone else does. The only difference is I'm not as big into the comic books as a lot of other people, and unlike some YouTubers, I'm smart enough to know when I'm outmatched, right? I'm smart enough to know that if I make comic book movie videos, other than just a few every now and then, I'm not going to know what I'm talking about because I'm not a comic book superhero expert. So I don't make those videos. I make Godzilla videos because I know my facts about Godzilla. Wish a lot of other people would realize that if they don't know their facts about Godzilla, they probably shouldn't be talking about Godzilla. If you guys have seen my tweets, you'd know. I'm not too fond of all the mainstream attention Godzilla's been getting because a lot of the people are just spreading mixed, false information. They don't know what they're talking about, and it just is annoying. Rodan's skeleton appears in the intro of Planet of the Monsters. Yes, it does. Not really a skeleton, more of just his corpse. D-Man, this may be very insane, but if they were to add Mecha Mothra in the new Godzilla movie, that would be insane. Do you think Godzilla vs. Kong can top King of the Monsters? I'm sure it will. That depends on how Adam Weingart handles it. Well, they do it because it's Hot Topic. Yeah, it's a hot topic and it generates hits. Basically, all these people are just clickbaiting the Godzilla topic because the trailer was the standout at Comic-Con. People generally agree on that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Godzilla fan. People generally agree that that the Godzilla trailer was the standout from Comic-Con, and so they're clickbaiting it because they know they can get views and money off of it, and they're just so arrogant. They have no idea what they're talking about. It's very clear that none of them actually like Godzilla. They all just think it's some silly, stupid thing. It drives me insane. I'm fine with it if they just do like trailer reactions or reviews, but when they try and do these breakdowns, they have no idea what they're talking about. No, I'm not just talking about new rock stars. I'm referring to channels like, Watch Mojo. There are so many channels doing these Godzilla breakdowns. They just have no idea what they're doing. There's this common trend where people just have no freaking idea how to say the word Ghidorah, and it drives me insane. There's one YouTuber, I'm not going to name who it is, she pronounces it something, I can't even say it like she says it. It's like she mixes the word Ghidorah with Dogora. It's like how does she say it? She says like Gido. I don't even know what she says, but it drives me nuts. Yeah, Watch Mojo, that kind of channel. New Rockstars, the funny thing about them is I love their comic book movie breakdowns. I love their reviews. I think their podcast is all right. I don't love to listen to it. I think for the most part, they're pretty good. They're pretty good with what they do. But their Godzilla breakdown, I just watched it. It's nothing. It's literally just pointing out exactly what happens on screen. I will now despise you for not saying Ghidorah. I'm fine if you don't say Ghidorah. This is something that a lot of people don't know. Ghidorah is, or a lot of people are debating about, and I see this all the time in comments. People saying, hey, you're saying the word Ghidorah wrong, right? I see it all the time. Let me take a drink of water because my throat hurts. So in Japanese, the word is pronounced Ghidorah. It's Ghidorah. Well, I said it weird because my throat's all scratchy, but it's basically when the Japanese say it quickly, they say Ghidorah, right? So a lot of people think, oh, the common, the real pronunciation is Ghidorah. It's not necessarily that. It's a lot more enunciated in the actual Japanese. And Ghidorah, that's how Americans usually say it, because Ghidorah is kind of how it was popularized in the 60s, Ghidorah, even though Ghidorah is more of the proper pronunciation. But Toho officially markets the character as King Ghidorah. That's how they've been marketing since the 90s, and that is the preferred English pronunciation of the name. That's not necessarily even just my preferred pronunciation of the name. I'm fine if you say Ghidorah or Ghidra. But Toho's preferred English translation / pronunciation of the name is Ghidorah. So I say Ghidorah, and people are always on my butt about it. But then you watch these people who think they're doing a good job by trying to say it like the Japanese names in these trailer breakdowns, and they're like, oh, look, it's King Ghidorah. It's like, what are you saying? That's not even, can you, like, try and sound it out at least, because it doesn't look like it says Ghidorah, does it? Oh, it drives me nuts. People were talking about the Nerdist girl. Yeah, I hate the way she says Ghidorah. It drives me insane. Yeah, this is just a random rant about how people don't know what they're doing and don't know how to pronounce Ghidorah. Yep. Yeah. Mr. Sunday Movies, one of my favorite YouTubers. His Weekly Planet podcast, I was listening to their Comic-Con thing. They're talking about Godzilla, right? And Mr. Sunday Movies might do he might do a video breaking down the trailer based off, kind of, it sounds like he might, based off what he's been saying. But the thing about him, the reason why it wouldn't make me mad if he did it is not just because I love his channel and I'm just a big supporter of him. It's because he understands that he's not an expert on this stuff. You listen to his podcast, The Weekly Planet, and he acknowledges that he's not an expert on it. He's not like a lot of these guys who are just like, oh, I've been growing up watching Godzilla since I was a little kid, and so I can break down the trailer and I know everything about it, and they clearly have never seen a Godzilla movie before. ETN says, that's funny. People get on D-Man for saying Ghidorah, and people roast me for saying Ghidorah. Yeah, seriously, they do need to pick. Rodan is pronounced Radon. I know it is pronounced Radon. His MonsterVerse species should have been Radon. Yeah, it should have been. It's weird because Radon, I think the reason they changed it was because they didn't want to get people confused with the element, Radon, which I think in the 90s, in the English dub for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, they say Radon or Radon. Yeah, I think they say Radon. So, yeah. It is actually pronounced Radon, but I say Rodan because that is, again, the preferred Toho pronunciation, and that's also what I've been just grown up. That's how I've grown up saying it, is Rodan. What's the first Godzilla movie you watched? The first Godzilla movie I ever saw was King Kong vs. Godzilla. I can't wait to edit the stream. Oh, scrolled past my vision. I can't wait to edit the stream. I will lose a couple hundred subscribers easy. Edit what stream? Can't wait to edit the stream. I'll lose a couple hundred subscribers easy. What'd you do, ETN? What'd you do, Rob? I don't know. Are you into Universal Monster Classics? Not really. Why are you going to lose subscribers if you edit the stream? Oh, you roast people for their ideas on the MonsterVerse? Nice. I don't know. You're probably not going to lose that many subscribers because I started out one of my first live streams roasting subscribers. You were involved in it. You weren't one of my subscribers, Rob, but it was back when I was very first getting popular. And so it was, I made a Shin Godzilla video, or I made a live stream where I was ranting on how I hated all the changes they were making to Shin Godzilla. I hated the back lasers, I hated the tail laser, I hated the evolution aspect, and I made a live stream in which I basically just vented about how I was pretty pissed off about it. And so you followed up the next day by calling me out in your live stream, to which I responded by sending my subscribers over to your live stream to try and raid your chat. But I think by that point, if I remember correctly, your chat was already dead, so they may have just wound up commenting on your YouTube videos. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. But no, the point I'm trying to make, I don't think you'll lose subscribers for roasting your viewers, because in that same live stream that I found out that you had roasted me, I was roasting all my viewers, and they loved it. They thought it was hilarious. So you'll probably be fine. Godzilla 154 especially loved it when I roasted everybody. Hey, Wikizilla, what's up? We still need to, you guys need to email me back, because you guys never emailed me back. Yeah, I'm sure that was you, Rob. I'm sure that was you. Wikizilla in the house. You hated the back beams and all that. I remember everyone hated that. It's kind of dumb. Wikizilla. If you guys are actually listening, you never you got to respond to me. I don't know, cuz what we've been talking about in emails, I don't know the details of how your guys' system works, so you got to help me out, cuz I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. And so, I guess we'll just find out. Oh, wait, why would I roast you for hating the things I hated? I need to go back through my channel now. Yeah, you should look for a whole bunch of comments. They would either say something like World War D or D-Man is God, something like that. Wait, what? Wikizilla? Oh, you're talking to Wikizilla. Okay. I've heard breakdowns pronunciation of Rodan as Radan. Great, I love it. Oh boy. Pronunciation of Rodan as Radan. Seriously, guys. Seriously, do you guys even know English? Yeah, it's not even spelled with an A at the start, so I don't know why they do that. The kaiju profile you're gonna narrate is down the line, maybe in a month or two. Maybe a month or two, the schedule should line up. All right, sweet. Awesome, guys. Thanks. I don't think that was me. I don't think it was me either. No, I'm sure it was you. Godzilla 154, you were there, right? World War D, D-Man is God. Was that with ETN? That had to be with ETN. I didn't make that up. Who else would that have been with? Someone who had roasted me in their live stream. And so I responded by sending everyone over to their video. It was ETN. I guess we'll just have to find out what video it was. Hey, do you guys want me to name all my music again? You want me to name every album that I listen to again? It was you. ETN said, "Who is D-Man?" That was not all he said. That was not all he said, was it? I guess I did never actually find out because I was live streaming at the time, but I think you guys said he was calling me out. I don't even recall roasting you, and I kept good record of that. I could swear. I could have sworn that it was ETN. I guess I'm just going insane. Like, I'm famous for roasting GodzillaMovies.com. GodzillaMovies.com, is that an extension of Sci-Fi? The like really unreliable news source from back in the day? The one that like I used to get in trouble for reporting info that they would report? I think it might be. It is Sci-Fi? Ugh, that's gross. D-Man 1954, how come you're unroastable? The reason I'm unroastable is because I don't take this anything seriously, right? So you can, people like Nerfman who try to roast me, they did a good shot, right? But seriously, when I spend half my videos making fun of myself anyways, everything that they say is redundant. So it's not that I'm unroastable, it's that everything you're going to point out as a flaw, or most things people point out as flaws, I would already point out. So it's like you're just copying everything that I said at that point. You're basically just agreeing with me at that point. I guess there are some things that people can like, oh, you're so bad about this, and you know, they got a point. You got me there, but I'm unroastable because D-Man is unroastable because D-Man already roasted himself in a live stream when he roasted me. Yeah, I'm unroastable because I already roasted myself. I don't remember the context of that. I guess I'd have to listen to it again to see what I said, because I wonder how much of it still holds true. Is Millie Bobby Brown still your girlfriend? Well, I don't remember her ever being my girlfriend, so the answer is no. D-Man, will you hit Rob in the nose? No, that right. Those rights are exclusively reserved for Goji Fan. He is the only one who gets to be hit in the nose by me. You'll send me myself roasting myself after the stream? Awesome. You have it on your channel? Great. With that, I hope they don't underuse Mothra. I also hope they don't underuse Mothra in the new movie. And I also hope that they don't... I hope that Mothra is included in the next Godzilla anime movie as well. D-Man, Toho Cinematic Universe. Didn't they already do that in the Showa and Heisei era? Heisei era? Not the Heisei era. The Heisei era was different because they had spin-offs that weren't connected to the continuity anymore. The Rebirth Mothra series. Those weren't connected to the Godzilla Heisei era series. But, the original Showa series. Those were, I would consider, a cinematic universe. Your phone's almost dead, so you're getting on your computer. Awesome, Jurassic Jacob. I appreciate it. I appreciate you sticking around. Since O'Shea Jackson, is it O'Shea or O'Sheen? Since O'Shea Jackson Jr. confirmed his character is also the leader of G-Team, do you think we will see him a lot in the MonsterVerse? It's O'Shea. I'm certain of it. I don't know if we'll see him in Godzilla vs. Kong, but I do think he will play a prominent role in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Mothra will most likely be in the third anime film. She is in Project Mechagodzilla. Praise the egg. Yeah, she is in Project Mechagodzilla. There's a couple kaiju that show up in there that don't show up in Monster Planet or Godzilla Apocalypse. I haven't gotten a chance to read through Godzilla Project Mechagodzilla yet. I do own it, but I haven't gotten the chance to read it yet. Look at your Twitter. I just sent you related to what you're complaining about. Something related to what I'm complaining about. What did you send me on Twitter? I have a lot of notifications on Twitter, so I can't really easily find it. Sorry. Sci-fi posting something about Ghidorah. Is that what you wanted me to see? Oh, look at the spelling. Gihdorah. Nice. So they switched up the I and the H. Got him there. Wikizilla is quite informative. And that's the big difference between me and Wikizilla. Wikizilla, they're very educational. I'm very opinionated. That's why our channels are quite different, despite having very similar series. They're kaiju spotlights. I know that's not really what they're necessarily called, because that was is that what they're called, or am I just adding the old Super DM64 name to it? Do you guys even know who Super DM64 is and what the kaiju spotlight is? Oh, they're called kaiju profiles. See, I got the names messed up. Yeah, Wikizilla does their kaiju profiles, which is fairly similar to the Godzilla Explained series. But the difference is Godzilla Explained is very opinionated. Wikizilla is very educational, which is why that's why I think they can have an audience of their own. That's why a lot of people who think, oh, they're a competing series and they're beating you. Not really, because they're not really competing series at all. They're very different, in fact. Godzilla154 says, can't wait for you to open a Patreon so I can constantly feed you money. I'm confused about how this Patreon thing is gonna work. Do you have to donate every time I upload a video? Because that's insane. I upload videos like daily. I wish there was an option on Patreon to be like monthly donations. So I hope there is, rather than just per video, because I support Brandon Tenold on Patreon. I support him per video. But if you were supposed to support a channel like mine per video, that would be crazy. Does Wikizilla use Wikizilla? I would imagine that they probably use Wikizilla. No, people just donate what they want monthly. All right, sweet. Sweet. Wikizilla is extremely informative in a good way because they do their research on kaijus even better than Screw Attack. Yes, they do. Hey, did I miss anything? No, you didn't miss much, Godzilla King of Kaiju. I say that assuming that you've been here for a while, but I don't know when you tuned in first or last, so I have no idea if that answer was accurate. Do you think there will be a twist involving the Exif like the Bilisaludo and Eater of Stars? No, I think the Exif are pretty much set in stone. I think they're set in stone. I think they're good guys. I think even the Bilisaludo, they weren't bad guys. They were just obsessed with nanometal. We don't use the English Wikipedia. We do our own research. JP Wikipedia is good, though. I think he was asking if Wikizilla uses Wikizilla, the website. I think he was asking if the YouTube channel uses the online stuff as source material for the kaiju profiles. I believe that's what he was asking. Wikizilla, who will be the next monster you're talking about? I like how I read that question, but it's not even aimed for me. Where Are the Gargantuas is a fave. It is. It's one of my favorites. I love that movie. Hideaki Anno is working on Evangelion for 2020. I saw that. It's very exciting. A lot of Evangelion fans are hyped. I haven't even started getting into the series yet, so I can't say too much about it. Okay, thank you. Also, when are you going to have Kaiju Noir Andres Perez on your channel? Hopefully soon. I love that guy. I'd like to have him on again. We could do some more live streams. That'd be fun. Exclusive revealed on this channel. Anguirus. Oh, exclusive revealed on this channel. Anguirus is the next Kaiju profile. I only have $3 left. One more super chat. You don't have to spend. Listen, you don't have to send your super chats to me, you know? No problem, Wikizilla. I don't mind you guys hijacking the stream. It's fine. You guys have been growing pretty freaking fast lately. I mean, our channels are kind of, I'm not saying, once again, there's this misconception that people seem to have that these channels are competing. They're not. I've said it in the past, and I'll continue to say it. They're very different things. They're factual. I'm opinion oriented, but our channels have kind of been growing neck and neck lately. It's pretty cool to see. We're blowing up. I don't know if you guys go to G-Fest, the Wikizilla staff, but that'll be cool to meet you guys there. I'm going to G-Fest next year, for everyone wondering. Jono's Firewalker returns. Oh, he says, when will Jono's Firewalker return? He promised us a video and disappeared suddenly. That's only a question that Jono's Firewalker can answer. Speaking of Jono's Firewalker, I'm still hanging on to that stupid A Dollop of Cheese podcast. I just, in a full year, haven't gotten time to edit it yet, and I apologize for that, but I've been sitting on that thing forever, and whenever I actually get a chance to breathe, yeah, I'll upload it. Why is everything about competition? Yeah, that's what I've been saying too. Like, there's, I'm not going to get into details, but there was a YouTuber, let's say, who got real upset with me and tried to argue that we are in a competitive marketplace against each other, but that logic doesn't make sense because no, we're not. No one in this Godzilla community is really competing with one another. And if you are competing with one another, like, that's just kind of a crummy thing to do. Like, it's just, can't we all just have fun here? Extremely Low Budget is his brother's account, I believe. Yeah, Extremely Low Budget Films is my brother's account. If I can arrange a kidnapping of my kids and wife, I'll make it to G-Fest next year. Jeez, okay. Let me see the podcast. I need the memes. Yeah, it's a good meme-filled podcast. Some of our members did go to G-Fest this year. G-Fest 2017, there was Wikizilla flyers given out too. It's pretty cool. Been here before you. Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys went to G-Fest. Or coming there to G-Fest soon. Okay. D-Man 1954 or D-Man 1954. I don't see a difference in the way you wrote them, so I'm going to say D-Man 1954. Derek, I'm personally sort of worried that King of the Monsters will break away from the world that 2014 set up. I am also worried about that as well. Try to get to G-Fest next year. Trying to get to G-Fest next year. Yeah, Godzilla 154, maybe if you're trying to go to G-Fest, you can stop hitting me up with all of your money in the super chats. I appreciate it, but if you're trying to go to G-Fest, maybe you should save up for G-Fest instead of helping me save up for G-Fest. Jono's Firewalker, does D-Man is gay or no? Or no? I think that's the answer. Derek, are you happy that Yuko is gone? She was innocent. Hashtag justice for Yuko. No, I'm super happy Yuko is gone. I did think that they did a great job bringing her character around full circle in the second installment of the anime series, making her an actual fleshed out character that was interesting, but God, no. I was still not a big fan of her. Waiting on him. He's the main now. He carries the torch. You're waiting on who? Who's the man now? I said main, but you said man. Hey, it's Walter from Instagram. What's up, Walter from Instagram? Can you teach me? You meant can I take you to G-Fest? Oh, I'm the man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, ETN. I remember back in the day, back in 2014, you were my go-to. In 2013, 2014, ETN was my go-to for Godzilla news. Like, I knew nothing about what was going on with the 2014 film, and I would tune into all his episodes, and I would check them all out because, well, there was something weird, like Muto's in a subway system, right? Do you guys remember that? Like in New York or something? It was part of some sort of online campaign going on. There was also a picture of a lake, and you could supposedly see the Muto in the lake. I used to watch all of ETN's breakdowns of that stuff because I was so curious about it. Now I don't even know if you can still find that stuff online. Well, you could obviously probably find his videos from back in the day, but I don't even think you can find the Godzilla stuff anymore. The actual websites or whatever that was, the Mutos and the subway stations or whatever that stuff was. I don't even remember. Do you play any video games? Well, I've touched on that a bit. I only really play the 2014 or was it 2014, 2016 maybe, whatever Godzilla game. I only play the recent Godzilla game. Do you think that Mechagodzilla would fit into the MonsterVerse? No, not really. But it's possible. What happened to extremely low budget films? Nothing happened to it. We are on hiatus because we're working on lots of series now. Yeah, it's not what it used to be. Through the last 3 years, it's been nostalgic. Well, you know, every channel kind of grows and develops. This channel, I'm pretty nostalgic for the Shin Godzilla days. Shin Godzilla was kind of, in my personal opinion, the peak for this channel because it was just so much fun and I knew everybody, right? I was able to interact with everybody. I knew all the names in the comments. Now I see all these names. It's awesome having so many people that I don't even know who they are, but there's just people who have stuck around for so long, like Godzilla 154, Jonos Firewalker, all these people who, that was like pretty much it, right? That was all I got to interact with, and it was a very nice, tight-knit community back then. It's not so much anymore. That's not to say, once again, that's not to say that I don't appreciate it, because I do. I love the support. I can't believe how much the channel's been blowing up recently, and I'm so happy about it, but there is certainly something gone, something missing. The fan interaction that I used to be able to get, that's not the same anymore. And I try to interact with everybody I can. I respond to every DM that I get. You know, I do my best, but at a certain point, I'm going to have to start cutting it off soon because now I get on Instagram after not being on for, you know, an hour, and I have 10 DMs from 10 different people. It's getting a bit overwhelming at this point, but I'm trying my best to keep up with the community, and that's why live streams are pretty fun. Light Yagami asks, do you like Godzilla Save the Earth game? No, I don't think I've actually ever played it. Well, you came in a good time. Godu was slowing down, and it was... The comments scrolled away. All right. Godu was slowing down, and it was absent for a long time. Hell, I only just got back into some consistency since the end of January. Yeah, and that was also something that was probably helped out this channel was, you know, there was a real dead period where it didn't seem like a lot of the Godzilla channels were uploading anymore. So I feel like I kind of... And it wasn't for one particular reason or another. I feel like I kind of just came into the Godzilla community on YouTube publicly at just the right time. Obviously I've been watching Godzilla videos since like forever, since way before even Cinemassacre did Godzillathon. No, I did not just do the Haruo voice from Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. That was my Light Yagami impression. If my voice was a little bit more repaired, it probably would have sounded better. You carried the torch, bro, which was good. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. We gotta do some sort of live stream together sometime. We just have to find a point when our schedules line up, which apparently they did tonight, but I just didn't know. Do you still collect Bandai vinyls? I'm not gonna read. I'm just gonna read the first question. Sorry, guys. No, I don't collect Bandai vinyls anymore. I've stopped because they're just not great. I'm a big fan of SH Monster Arts and NECA. Well, I'm a fan of NECA. I'm not a big fan of NECA, but yeah, I do not collect Bandai anymore. Not to say that I will never buy Bandai or that I hate Bandai, just that I don't do it because I just go for more of the quality figures, because the Bandai figures, they also cost like equal to the NECA figures too, which is kind of insane. Derek, have you watched any of the Kong cartoons? God, does anyone remember the fact that I reviewed oh, you stream every Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Saturday? Wednesday might actually be a day that I can that we may have an overlap in schedules. So I think I could probably do a Wednesday stream. I'm definitely usually not open on the weekends, but today I am. Today might be Friday. I don't know what day it is. Yep, it's Friday. Who remembers that old Mothra music video that's been on YouTube since forever? That's my childhood. I don't remember you're going to have to like link that one to me, Godzilla 154. Send it to me on Instagram because you know what? I've probably seen it, the Mothra video. But no, I don't remember which one you're talking about just based on that description. Does anyone remember? It was a War of the Gargantuas edit. And it was done to the song. I don't remember what the song is actually called, but it's like it's the one that plays in Freddy vs. Jason. It's called like How or something. I'm trying to think of what the lyrics are. It starts out like I'm so alike you in so many ways or something like that. Either way, that was my childhood. That War of the Gargantua's music video. Light Yagami says, oh man, you're missing out. It's worth a try sometime in the future. I'm more than sure you'll be interested in it. Also, I agree. I watched nearly every video during the Shin hype. Yeah, it was a crazy fun period of time. I remember when you reviewed Kong King of the Apes and never followed up on it. Listen, I've actually only made it through like the first couple episodes of that show because it's horrible. Yeah, you heard my phone ringing. My bad. I turned it on silent, but I guess I left the vibration on. Listen, that Kong King of the Apes was so bad. I try to follow up on it, and you know what? I'm saying it now definitively, I will review every single episode of that trash show just because I said I would back in the day. You can't stand that show. It's horrible. Listen, they even have those stupid interactions. I even made it to the point where I could do the stupid interactions, right? You could do the battles. Does Kong wear his bracelets or does he wear this thing? And if he wears this thing, he's going to lose the fight. But if he wears his bracelets, he'll win. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's horrible. It's gimmicky. But I will review every episode of that show just to fulfill the old promise. Kong King of the Apes has nothing to do with King Kong. Without a doubt, that show's horrible. He's just a giant gorilla. It's a little kid show that completely sucks. Yes, it is. All right, cool, dude. I'm gonna time you out if you keep spamming the emojis. It keeps getting you held for review. Just comment your question. Sorry, man. Don't want to be Rim, or just don't want to be Rims. I started reading comment halfway through. Don't want to be rude. The comment that I was reading was Atlantic Rim. Watched it to do a review, and after watching it, I pondered my life. Why I make the decisions I make sometimes. Yeah, it's rough. I haven't actually even watched all of Atlantic Rim because I couldn't. It's a bad one. We have Demon 1954. Do you have SHMA's Destroya? I got mine at G-Fest. Beautiful figure. No, I don't, but a comic shop pretty far. It's very far away from where I live, but I can drive there if I have the determination to. I've done it before. A comic shop like an hour or a while away from my house sells that Monster Arts Destroya special colored version. I may have to go pick it up from them because it's beautiful. Godzilla is male. Every incarnation of him is. Well, Wikizilla, I'll have you know that the Godzilla from Godzilla Raids Again. No, that's just the common fan theory. Godzilla is a male. Mothra is traditionally a male as well. At least in the early Showa movies, Mothra was male, but Mothra has moved into being female despite laying eggs. Yep. Mothra is a male, but in the new one, she's a female, and she's also sometimes female, more modernly. More recently, she's been a female. But in the old movies, they always use the word he to refer to Mothra in the subtitles. All right. Does it even have toys? What's the point of the gimmicks on the show? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. The Kong King of the Apes doesn't even have toys that it's selling, so what is the point of it? The 98 version literally had female genitalia according to the designer Patrick Totopoulos, yet he still is male. Well, is he male? He's asexual, so he's not really male or female. So I don't really consider the 98 Godzilla male or female. It's an asexual creature, just like how you don't see like whatever bugs reproduce asexually. You don't go, oh, that's a male. At least that's the way I see it. Mothra has always been female. Boy, the subs are a mistake. No, the subtitles, are they really a mistake? We need Wikizilla to clear that one up. There has been male incarnations of Mothra, I believe. Thank you very much, Stare Facts. Let me write down your name before I read your question so I don't forget. You guys are killing it with the super chat today. I really appreciate it. Do you think Skull Island will be destroyed by the end of King of the Monsters, thus bringing Kong to the mainland? Keep up the good work. That's an interesting theory. I haven't actually thought about that. There is the potential for Skull Island to get destroyed. It could be blown up by a volcano. Who knows? Maybe they go the Jurassic World route. I personally think that the island will stay intact. They can use it in the future as Monster Island if they really want to. And it could sink, because the original Skull Island did sink. The 2005 Peter Jackson Skull Island was confirmed to be sinking. So it could have just sank, you know. And that could be how Godzilla is brought in contact with Kong. Kong could be forced to swim to the mainland. But I think that kills off too many sequel opportunities. And I don't think they're going to do that. I feel like if the MonsterVerse has their Godzilla vs. Kong movie and does so well to the point where they want to continue the MonsterVerse and they don't have the rights to Godzilla anymore, Kong is the way to go. Just have it be Kong's series from that point on, which is also why I don't think Kong's going to die in Godzilla vs. Kong, because they're still going to have the ability to use him. You know, the rights for Kong, at least as far as we know, don't just expire in 2020 as well. So Legendary and Warner Brothers could still use Kong in the MonsterVerse as far as they want in the future, as long as they can keep renegotiating deals with Universal. And I guess you could say the same thing about Godzilla too, but Toho is pretty set in stone on their world of Godzilla, which is why I think that Kong is kind of the way to go, where Godzilla, it seems more like he's going to be up until 2020 and then done. Godzilla 154 says, only confirmed male Mothras are Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster and Leo. That's it, to his understanding at least. Could be. You could be right. I'm hoping Kong wins just for the memes and lulz. I'm hoping Kong wins because he's the underdog, and I think that having the underdog win is always much more entertaining than just having the guy you think is going to win. Also, subs can be wrong. The subs for Rebirth of Mothra 3 call Mothra she. Good point, good point. I don't know. I feel like Mothra is probably a male in some of those early movies, because they just call Mothra male in both the subtitles and in the English dub. I know one of the baby Mothras from Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster was supposed to be male, to my understanding. Yeah, but the reactions would be just as entertaining for sure. If Kong won, Godzilla fans would lose their mind. Godzilla fans already get mad at me for talking about how I like Kong more at times. And that's something else. I don't like Kong more all the time. There's just times when I'm in more of a King Kong mood than I'm in a Godzilla mood. And when I say that, people lose their mind. How could you? It's like, I don't know, because Kong's just as cool. Godzilla vs. Kong should have the double ending the original never had. That would be cool. That would be cool. And then you could say which one you wanted to go with. I'd pick Kong's because Kong's a badass. And the one larva from Tokyo SOS is male. Ha, got you there. See? I told you that there was some male Mothras. Isn't the plot for King of the Monsters the same as Pokemon 2000, the movie? Without a doubt. You guys don't want double endings? Alright, I understand that. I wonder which one they'd play in the theaters. In the English dubs for Rebirth of Mothra Trilogy, Leo's gender was changed from film to film. However, Mothra Leo was generally considered to be male, while Mothra herself is female. That pretty much checks out with what Godzilla 154 was saying. I keep telling them to prepare for a Kong victory, especially if there are no more movies and Godzilla returns to Toho. America won't let their monster lose to an exiting Godzilla. That's just my opinion. I think you could be right, ETN. I think you could be right. I think that, like I said, if they can't renegotiate a deal with Toho to get Godzilla back either right away or eventually down the line, I think they are just going to have Kong win so that they can continue the series with him moving on. One of the two Mothra larvas from Tokyo SOS is explicitly male, the other one is female. Their names are, Mothra larva names, Hanako, and Taro. I probably said that wrong, but at least I'm acknowledging that I probably said it wrong, whereas you have those idiots who try and make their Godzilla King of the Monsters breakdowns, and they're talking about Ghidorah and Rodan. I'm sorry, it's 11 p.m. where I live, so I have to go to bed. That's all right. Snoke 99. I don't know how to say your name either. See, I acknowledge that. Good night, man. Wikizilla versus Gojipedia. Well, you know what I say. Use whichever one pops up on the Google search first. D-Man, who do you think would win in a fight? Rodan or King Kong? Kong would win in a fight for sure. Especially the new Kong's going to be up. And he's going to be much bigger than Rodan. Yeah, I did say I'd end the stream at 9, and now it's 9:44. You got me there. What's up, the Loogie MC? How you doing, man? Yo, D-Man, how come you don't use your camera? You want me to use my camera? Give me 1 second. All right, here's my camera. Hey. Here I am. This is me. I don't use my camera because when I do live streams, or usually when I record videos, I like the audio to be very crisp. So I keep the mic in front of my face, and I don't want to be leafy is here. So usually when I record with the mic here, I have it down lower, but I don't want to mess with the volume. So we're just going to hang out like this. D-Man, can you please show off Lucille? Yeah, I can. It's right back there. There's one right there. There's two more right there. There you go, Lucille. Yeah, let peeps see it, bro. I can show my ugly mug. You can show your youthful one. Well, youthful, but I feel like I'm going to look like I'm 90 by the time I'm 30 because of the way my stressful life goes. Gojipedia is an actual competition to Wikizilla. We actually do research. Oh, dang, calling them out. They contain leftover information from when they became independent from Wikia and contain a metric ton of vandalism and false info. Freaking roasted, dude. No, the only time I use Gojipedia, he says, long story short, the one of the Gojipedia / Wikizilla split. It's a long story, the one of the Gojipedia / Wikizilla split. Yeah, I don't actually know too much about them, but I usually use Gojipedia when it comes to like the Godzilla soundtracks, when I want to find out the soundtrack names, because they usually have all the soundtracks listed before anyone else, which is like the only time I ever have used them in the past. Have you heard of Pulgasari? Yeah, that's Korea's kaiju, right? I have heard of Pulgasari. Jet Jaguar versus Ultraman. Well, if you're going to have a fight with Jet Jaguar in it, you know Jet Jaguar is going to win. Carl was What? Carl was useless. He deserved death. What are you talking about? No, Carl was pretty good. I liked Carl. He was becoming a much better character in Walking Dead up until his, spoiler alert, death. The long civil war of the wikis. Yeah, Jonos Firewalker, you were involved in those teams at one point, right? Which side do you pick? Probably Wikizilla. What are you saying about Walking Dead? Derek, would you like to see Negan escape his cell and kill Maggie and then try to kill Rick? No, I would not, because I'm a comic reader, and that's not how my Negan would act. Negan's smarter than that, and he's nicer than that. Have you seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin? No, not for a long time, and I didn't like it when I did see it. Probably because I was too young to enjoy it, but... Isn't Korea's monster Yongari? Yes. I think Yongari comes from Korea. I can't believe I haven't seen any custom Jet Jaguars out of SHFA Ultraman. I think he meant SHMA, and that's also a good point. I feel like I'm surprised people haven't done that. Jonos Firewalker sided with the Wikizilla side of things. D-Man is a grizzled old 14-year-old. Yes, I am. Yongari is South Korea. Pulgasari is North Korea. North Korea actually made a movie that got some recognition outside of North Korea. I thought they were both Korean, but I didn't know which side they came from. That's pretty interesting. Let me look up Pulgasari so I can see his big, beautiful face. Pulgasari. They made Pulgasari toys? Yeah, I have not seen the Pulgasari movie. Is it like propaganda? Is it a propaganda movie? Is Pulgasari supposed to represent America? I could see that being the case. Yongari is much prettier than Pulgasari. Hashtag not my Korean kaiju. That's what I say. Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos wins. No Infinity Gauntlet. Godzilla wins. Good point. Be quiet, like. You want me to be quiet? I'm sorry. Mexico's Gundam's called the Tequila Gundam. It's pretty weird. Sounds weird. Luke, god damn it. Who are you talking to? What's Luke doing? Hi, D-Man. Love your vids. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Charizard. Whoops, that got blasted away. Charizard Bone Gamer. Bond Gamer. Charizard Bond Gamer. Hey, D-Man. I don't like King Kong. Wow. Well, then I'm not going to read the rest of your comment because I do like King Kong. No, but she said, but do you think Kong vs. Godzilla... Oh, what was that really what it said? But what do you think of Kong vs. Godzilla? Do you think Kong should win? Can he even fight against Godzilla? Yes, Kong can fight against Godzilla, and I think Kong could realistically win because he's smarter. Pulgasari is riddled with symbolism and is rumored to have been directed by a kidnapped Toho staff member. Well, Jesus, that doesn't sound too good, does it? Wikizilla's stealing my kills. What are you talking about? Do you think the MonsterVerse will continue? Yep, for another couple years, and then in 2020, it'll probably end. Thank you so much, the Lukey MC. He says, here's some money for being a great Godzilla YouTuber. I feel loved. I appreciate it. And you're going to appreciate it even more whenever the day comes in 30 years when I finally upload that rap you made. Because I haven't gotten around to uploading it yet because I wanted to make a verse of it, my own verse for it. But maybe I'll just have to upload your version because it deserves more recognition and I appreciate it. Also, Luki MC is a badass because he's the only person in the world who knows how to play my custom themes that's not me. So it's pretty cool. Would you rather have a Destroya American remake or a Mechagood Isle American remake? No, I'd rather have Destroya over Mechagodzilla. Do you think Rodan or Mothra will die in King of the Monsters? I think both of them might die. I'm not too sure. Maybe just Rodan, but Mothra might die. What are you going to do when the MonsterVerse ends? I'm going to continue being a YouTuber doing videos on the world of Godzilla. Did you get a new haircut? No, I did not get a new haircut. Hey, does anyone remember that video that whoever, like BuzzFeed or someone made about how King Kong was racist? Well, I remember that. That was a good meme. I should have done a Leafy-styled inspired YouTube commentary on that, because that was back when Leafy was popular. Sorry you had to go to the shower. No problem. HydraZilla98. Thoughts on the very first UK G-Fest next month? I didn't know there was such a thing as a UK G-Fest, but that's pretty cool. I'm happy for you guys that you're getting to G-Fest finally. Leaving the stream now. Good night. Stay atomic. Thank you very much, G-Rex. Is Gorgo, and Gorgo is its mascot. Is it really for the G-Fest? That's pretty hilarious. Pulgasori was portrayed by, can't say his name, but Mr. Satsuma. I think that's how you say his last name. Who played Godzilla in the Heisei series. He had a different name for a little bit there, and then he changed it. Pulgasori is actually covered in some Godzilla books, such as the pictorial book of Godzilla 2. Derek, do you think if Godzilla Earth had a giant Lucille, he'd be more scary? I think you have an obsession with Lucille. That's what I think. Because every one of your comments is to do with Lucille. But no, I don't think he'd be scarier with that because he's already pretty scary. D-Man, is Ifukube's music confirmed for Godzilla King of the Monsters? Yes, it is. Do you have Discord yet? Yes, I do. But no, I do not use it for YouTube. I still have to see Pulgasori. Yeah, so do I. Godzilla vs. Gamera is a dream movie, and it happened. Can you believe that? It happened once before, but it wasn't a movie. It was like a play or something. It was going to happen in the 90s or the early 2000s, but Toho was like, no, our movies aren't doing great, so you can go have your fun with Gamera the Brave. Do you think Destroy All Monsters remake could be a MonsterVerse Infinity War? That is what I think it would be if they made it, and it would be awesome. What themes? Oh, also Infinity War is basically just the Marvel version of Destroy All Monsters and Final Wars, so hey, Toho did it first. What themes do you want most in King of the Monsters? I want Godzilla's horror theme. I want, that's the one from MonsterVerse Godzilla. I want Godzilla's main theme, not the one that everyone associates as his main theme, but his original main theme from, King Kong vs. Godzilla, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, so on. And then I want, the standard Godzilla music from Ready Player One. Rodan's theme, the one that I always associate with Ghidorah. I want that one back. And that's probably it. I think you could actually, so if you have Serizawa, die, or when he gets, when that explosion goes off, if you've seen my trailer breakdown, you know what I'm talking about. If he dies there or he gets horribly injured, you could have the song Oxygen Destroyer from the 90s Godzilla movie from Godzilla vs. Destroya play. That'd be pretty fitting. You could also, other Toho songs that would work. The Mysterians theme song. I think that one goes great with Rodan, as I've worked it into my Rodan custom theme. Really, just whatever Godzilla themes I've used in my custom themes, let's have those come back, aka let's just have my custom themes come back. Also, I really want them to continue to use Godzilla's theme from 2014. I don't want them to abandon that. Who's Rise Gogeta? That's Louis Duran's figure. Do you mean Prayers for Peace? Yes, the original song was called Prayers for Peace. It's more of the one that's used in Godzilla vs. Destroya is the ending theme from the 1954 movie, but they used a shortened version of it in Godzilla vs. Destroya. Also, if you haven't heard the soundtrack for the Burmese harp, I highly recommend it. The main theme song for that movie is Ifukube's Prayers for Peace. It's very cool. And the Burmese harp, I haven't seen the full movie, but it's a pretty interesting film. It's about wartime people in Japan. They're kind of soldiers who don't want to be soldiers. They don't really want to be fighting for the army, but they're doing it because they have a duty to their country. It's a pretty interesting film. It's kind of sad. Favorite Shin Godzilla soundtrack? Persecution of the Masses. Do you think there should be a Shin Godzilla 2? Absolutely. Thoughts on the suit they used for 54 in Godzilla against Mechagodzilla? Thoughts on the reused suit that I thought was all CGI because it looks horrible? Yeah, it looks horrible. It looks like it's all cheap CGI. I don't like it. Your computer crashed and you're back. That's a shame because I'm actually going to wrap up. But I appreciate you coming back, Space Goji 54. I'm going to wrap it up here. Final questions. Send through your final questions. Your big questions that you're dying to ask. Send them through now because I'm about to go to sleep because it's already an hour past when I wanted to stop streaming. Just saw the Verizon guy on TV. Yeah, Thomas Middleditch. A lot of SHMA questions, I know. But do you plan on getting the new Kiryu? Yes, I do plan on getting the new Kiryu. Do you think Despot's theme for Godzilla will return? I hope so. It might. I really hope it does. D-Man, is the Oxygen Destroyer possible setup for Destroya in the future? Probably not, because Destroya will most likely never get the chance to show up in the MonsterVerse because the MonsterVerse will probably end before he gets to show up. Would you ever compose music for a Godzilla film if given the chance? Absolutely. I'd want some help because I'm not a professional, but I would absolutely love to. Do you think they'll include Monster Island in the movie as a cameo? Hopefully. How are your cats? Well, I only have one cat, but he's doing great. Hail Hydra. Okay. A final question. Rise Goji in the MonsterVerse? Nope. That thing should not have made it out of the conception stage. If Legendary can't get any Toho monsters, if Legendary can get any Toho monsters, which would you want them to get? Biolante would be really cool. That's a good pick. Destroya would also be great. When is the next live stream? I don't know, maybe next week. I did have 2 cats at one point, but one of them passed away. What is your biggest fear for King of the Monsters? It'll be overcrowded, they won't give enough time to develop the monsters, and it'll be predictable. That's my 3 biggest fears. Machino in the MonsterVerse? Ha, that thing should have also never made it past the conception stage. You like Ghidorah? That's pretty cool. Rodan is in Mexico. Yes, he is in Isla de Mona. Yeah, I already answered if I thought Despot's theme would return in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think that it hopefully will. Sorry for your loss. Losing a pet is hard. Yeah, it is pretty hard. It's sad, man. It was a sad time. Do you hope to see Baggin in a future movie? I don't really care about Baggin. I was never into that stuff, so no. Who would be Thanos of Godzilla? I don't know how to answer that question. D-Man, what would you think of a Manda Easter egg or appearance in the underwater sea temple scene, underwater scenes with Godzilla, submarine, and King of the Monsters? That'd be pretty cool. Manda is underutilized, but is pretty sweet. D-Man, do you want Shin Godzilla 2? Yes, I do, but I want it to just be another Godzilla solo movie. I don't want any monster battles in it. The plot leak was real, yep, and that's why if anyone comments the plot leak, they're going to get banned from my channel, and I'm never going to read their comments again because they'll never be able to comment again. Oxygen Destroyer in Fortnite? One can only hope, dude. Lucille in the MonsterVerse. What is up? Oh, you didn't... No, he did say Lucille. What's up with you guys in Lucille? Hello, D-Man. What's up, Speedy Gecko? All right, last question from Kanos Killer. Do you think Ghidorah will fit into the MonsterVerse? Not really, no. He's a big space alien made of pollution. That doesn't really seem like it fits in the MonsterVerse to me. D-Man, what do you think of Godzilla using another kaiju as a weapon? It depends on how they do it, I guess. Thank you, D-Man. Glad I stayed till the end. Good night. Thank you, Googly Eyes. See you later, man. Jet Jaguar in Fortnite, dude. Hell yeah. Orga in the MonsterVerse, I guess. Godzilla would use Manda as a whip against Kong. No, I don't want to see that. Hail Hydra. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. What song should I play on my way out? What song should I play? I don't know what song to play. I'll play some piano cover for you guys, because you guys all seemed to enjoy it last time I did it. I'm looking through the songs. You want the Oxygen Destroyer? I don't have... I mean, you really want the Oxygen Destroyer song? I feel like I may have actually covered that in the past, but I don't think I have it on my computer. You want the Terror of Mechagodzilla song? I did. Oh, you know what? Terror of Mechagodzilla song. There you go. You picked it. That's the one I'm going to play. And I'm going to get out of here. And I'm playing a cover, by the way. I can't play the real song. You got to think about copyright. You got to think about what songs have I covered in the past that I could play. Terror of Mechagodzilla is one that I've covered in the past, and I can play it. So, I'm going to peace on out of here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. D-Man, out. All right. Bye, guys. I just want to let you guys all know that I am justice. And also, this planet can go to hell. So, see you guys later.